Everybody. I guess it's time for a birthday video. Yeah, it's that time of year again, and boy, does that time go fast. So usually I do a year in review of from birthday to birthday and see what's going on with my life and how things have progressed. But now it is time for my 40th birthday. Oh wow, I did not expect to get this far. I even don't feel like 40. I actually do just feel like 30. But let's just get this, from start to finish here. I'm going to only go from age 30 to 40, and that's about it. Okay, so let's start. So age 30, that is where I met the woman who would change my life. Of course, is my wife now, but she would actually give me purpose, direction, and focus to actually take a path in life. And this was during my Army time, so I'm sure I've talked about this before. If I haven't, feel free to ask, or I can make something about that too. But I need to continue. So, all right. Age 30, I met my wife and we started dating. It was a little rocky throughout age 31, 32, and 33. And I'm trying to check my mind here that everything's right with the time frame. But through the time that we were dating, we've actually known each other for almost 10 years now. It has been 10 years. And we're about to celebrate our 7th wedding anniversary, but let's get back to the facts. So she gave me direction, gave me a thought, and it gave me an idea. I wanted to, after serving a year in Korea in military, I wanted to stay here. But I didn't want to play by anybody else's rules but my own. So yeah, if you're in the Army, you cannot do that, because when you're playing by your own rules, there are no surprises, no big surprises. Oh, you have a secret guard shift on the weekend, or you have to do this kind of training for 2 weeks, and you're going to be out in the field or something like that. Surprise! You have to do it. No, none of that stuff, not anymore. So I wanted to play by my own rules and have my own structure. So the best way to do that was to ask someone, say, hey, what do I need to do to work in Korea? Well, you need a bachelor's degree. Okay, I was halfway through that one before I had to join the Army. So I'm halfway through, and I think I can finish it. So when I finished the Army, active duty anyway, I still had to do a reserve. So I still had a couple of years in reserve, but that would mean I would be at home and I could go to school and I could finish. So this whole plan came about. The year 2012 is the year I actually graduated my university. Only the second person in my family to have a bachelor's degree, a 4-year university degree. My sister was the first, and of course now I'm the second. Okay, so I got that, and then I had to find out what the next step was. Okay, I needed to find a job, but I needed to do all the FBI criminal background check. Anybody who lives, works, or is around Korea knows all about this, or anybody who's a teacher internationally, they know about this. But if anybody wants to take that step and take that direction, just ask me. I can help you get started. I know all the things that you have to do for all that paperwork. Okay, so age 32, finished university. Age 33, finally moved to Korea. Yes, it took that long because, I swear, you put out your resume and you put out all that stuff, but you have I started out with, I only want to teach adults, and that was my main goal, was just want to teach adults. But all of a sudden, as I'm, you start getting more and more desperate to try to get a job, and you keep finding things, sending things out, getting nothing back. You widen your perspective. And of course, anytime you start some new project or any type of work, you always got to start from the bottom. Everybody knows this. And you just got to suck it up, just the way life is. So I just decided, okay, I'll just find an academy. Finally, somebody accepted me. Age 33, I moved here. By that time, me and my wife have known each other for 3 years. We even did the long distance relationship, which we were successful. And there was a little kind of hit and run, or it was a bumpy road. That's all I can say. Got here that fall, age 33. Next major thing, we got married. Wow, didn't expect that. Oh, I did expect that. We planned it. But if you would have asked me maybe 10 years ago, do you ever think you would get married? I'm not sure, because I don't have a direction. Now I have a direction. I actually have a job, and now I have a job, and now I have a wife. So I'm married now. Okay, then fast forward 2 years, age 35. Moved to the next job. And during that time, I got into the English library, and the English library was a good stepping stone for other jobs. Once I was able to work at the English library, all I have to say is, hey, I have experience working with adults. Any job I wanted to get that worked with adults, people were willing to listen. They were like, oh, wait, you teach at an English library that's run by the government. Yes. And, okay, what's their number? Can we call them? Sure. And my reputation has been very positive. So they gave me a positive recommendation, and that recommendation got my foot in the door. And after, 2 years, I couldn't get, I had just finished my academy, and I left on a good note, and I left them, and somebody else came in, and that has kept that positive vibe going, and they have been very successful. So I'm very happy about that. And then the next year, I had to struggle with after-school programs, and it's not really my thing because anybody knows me knows I'm not child-friendly. But like I said, a job, suck it up, and do it. So I did it. Okay, that's done. Age 35. Age 36 is where everything changed. I did after-school programs, and then age 36, that was when I started working at the high school. It was my first full-time job, but it's not the fact that I worked at the high school. It was the company that the high school was part of. So I worked 1 year. They didn't recontract me for the second year because they said, oh, you're too strict of a teacher, and we need someone who's more fun and more... They wanted more dancing monkey, and I was just, no. I wanted to actually teach English and actually teach them things, but they're like, no, the English program is just to make the school look good for kids going to university. And you know what? That is actually the fact. That's not my opinion. They are actually doing that. So, next step. So after that, yeah, we took a hit that Christmas, and it hurt. But got back up on the employment and searched, found one job. This job was really interesting. It was working for a company, and I won't give any company names, but the nuclear power plant, it's working teaching English at the nuclear power plant, but subsidized by this company. This was a kind of subcontracting company. So I consider that foot in the door. There was one place I wanted to work, but this wasn't that place. So I worked there for a year and a half, and then the opportunity came where it was that one place I wanted to work, and they offered, they did the whole, we're looking for people. I sent my resume in immediately and all that stuff, got the interview, and there was some kind of luck involved with me getting the job, but finally I was at the place I wanted to be. The goal I have been trying for 5 years in Korea. I worked my way up, talked to the right people, did the right things, and opened some doors, and here I am. I'm where I want to be. So it's possible. 36, 37. Age 37, I started, I want to make sure I got everything structured right. Okay, so 33, 34, and then 35, and then 36, and then 37, 38. Yeah, in 38, I'm working that job. And then I turned 39, and then fast forward to this year. And now I turned 40. Signed my contract for the second year at this place. I feel very comfortable there. I'm helping people. And that's the main thing. I'm helping people, and I feel good about it. So I went from having an idea to have a better life somewhere with somebody I loved to building up all of these things. I forgot a landmark. Me and my wife bought an apartment 2 years ago. Yeah, it was about 2.5 years ago. And now we own our own place. As in Korea, you buy apartments. There's not enough room for houses, so most people live in apartments. So we got our own place, and now I'm living here. And from now on, it's just about work, and it's about just building a network of friends and really enjoying where we live. And that's exactly what I have. Yeah, I started driving last year too. So I got a car. So I get a car and I'm driving. So all of these things built up over time. And this is the recap and review of my last 10 years. I hope you have enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any of that stuff, yeah, you know what to do. Make comments. Let me know. Or if you talk to me in person, let me know through that way too. But however, a lot can happen in 10 years. I'm 40 now. So that means between 40 and 50, who knows what could happen. But I know it's going to be a big change. I know that it's possible that me and my wife will probably not live in Korea for the next 10 years. Sometime between the next decade, we'll move somewhere else. We don't know where. We're not sure. We're still talking about it and we're still thinking about it. But who knows what happens next 6 months, next year, next 2 years. Nobody really knows. But here's the fun part. Opportunities are around the corner. Maybe you can't see them, but just some advice to anybody who is sitting somewhere saying, oh, it sucks living here, or his life is boring, blah, blah, blah. Remember, if that's the case and you have a job you go to and you hate and all that stuff, and you're living in a place that's boring and you don't like it, blah, 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 well, guess what? The person, I know whose fault that is. It's that little thing called a mirror. Take a look in it. Because you're not a tree, okay? You don't have roots and you're not stuck to the ground. You can move if you want. You can go do stuff if you want. You can change your life if you want. I did. So that's my advice to anybody who is trying to, if you want change, you have to create it. Don't wait for it. Don't expect somebody else to do it for you. You need to get out there. But that's my advice, and that's what I did. I did that, and here I am. So, successful in my own right. Rich? I put rich into a category of rich in certain things and qualities and values, and not only money. So, and anybody who knows me knows that that's my personality. But other than that, that's a review. I'm sorry the video was so long, but hey, I had to make this. So there's my review. 40 years old, 40 and strong. Still training, still living life, and my wife's helping me live a little bit healthier, and I'm still pushing and still growing. Never stop growing. Okay, so this is Jeremy from the land of the morning calm, South Korea, signing off.